Good morning and welcome to Papa Tom's Take. This is a new thread for Papa Tom with the blessing of the Athens County Democrat Party. I'm going to be conducting some interviews with Democrat candidates for mostly local positions. And today I have my first interview. You see Wenda on the side here. Uh,
Hi.
uh, uh, Wenda is actually one of the first persons that I met when I moved to Athens County, and I believe she knows everybody in the county. I could be wrong
Not
about
quite.
that, but
No.
she has phenomenal energy, and unlike some of the people, I'll be honest, unlike some of the people I'll be interviewing, I have not a lot of contact with them, but I have a lot of contact with Wenda, and she's the real deal. And so I'm going to just ask her to
Thank
introduce herself and tell a
thank
little
you.
bit about her background.
I am an attorney, went to law school straight out of college. I also later on, after about 20 years of using my law degree, I went on and got a PhD in political science because I was fascinated by our government, by our schools. I wanted to learn more, and learn more I did.
Will you have an office somewhere in the district, or will you only have an office in Columbus?
I think the Ohio government only gives you an office in Columbus, but I think it's really important to come back to the district and meet with constituents on a regular basis. I hope to have some town halls. I hope to have listening tours, go around. And of course, although I am a Democrat running as a Democrat, it will be important for me to represent all the people of the 94th district. So that includes listening to everyone and proposing laws and voting for laws that are good for the district as a whole and everyone in the district. The easiest way to describe it is to say what parts of Athens County the district does not include. If you see the map here that I'm holding back a couple years ago, it shows what happened in September 2023 when the districts were redrawn in Ohio. There was a lot of gerrymandering going on. And as you can see, there was a boot-like shape taken out of Athens County, and it used to be in the 94th district. That boot-like shape that includes the city of Athens, parts of Athens Township except the plains, and also includes the foot of the boot, Canaan and Rome townships, and at the ankle of the boot is Bern Township. All that part of Athens County was joined with the 95th district that goes way up through Morgan, Noble, parts of Guernsey, parts of Belmont, and all of Harrison counties. What remains of the 94th district now is the outskirts of Athens County. I live in Ames Township, and all of Meigs County, and now all of Washington County. So everything yellow on the map is my district. A little over 2 years ago in the fall of 2023, I realized that there was no other person in the entire 94th district willing to run for Ohio House against my opponent. I had read David Pepper's books, both of his books, Laboratories of Autocracy and Saving Democracy. The premise of those books is we need to contest every race. When races are uncontested, the voters don't get a choice. The issues aren't put in front of the voters so they know what's going on. The media isn't interested. Voters have really no reason to go to the polls because the result is a foregone conclusion. And democracy starts to demise. So I saw a need. I saw a need for somebody to step up to oppose a Republican. I also know I have the skills. I am an attorney. I have a PhD in political science. I've worked in that field and published in that field. I am also a former teacher. When I went with my husband overseas and other places, I did get jobs teaching. I'm also a mediator trained by the Ohio Supreme Court and court appointed to various cases. And I spent 3 years as a domestic relations magistrate in Hocking County. All that prepares me, actually super prepares me for the job of being a legislator and listening to people.
I'm back again with Wenda. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, maybe because of the connectivity from rural areas, but we're back. And uh, where we got cut off was she had just summarized her three main topics that she hears from people in the 94th district of affordability, education, and concerns about injection wells. So I'm going to let her polish that ending off up a little bit, and then if whatever final words she has, we'll end our session. So Wenda, it's yours.
Great. If I'm elected, I intend to work on those three issues. The affordability issue, particularly the one about our electricity costs, can be dealt with by working on legislation, the PUCO. There's lots of people working on the issues about the utility companies earning so much money and also needing more money for the infrastructure. And also, we need to encourage, not discourage, renewable energy. The affordability with regard to healthcare can be worked on with the state budget. I was appalled that the Republicans in the Ohio legislature had the effect of cutting out so many people from Medicaid recently. The Medicaid expansion thing needs to be looked at. Ohio's been a good state, and suddenly with the new budget, things aren't so good anymore. So we got to work on those things. We got to work on adequate and equitable public school funding. The Cupp-Patterson plan was good, but legislators in Ohio decided not to fund it fully. We've got problems where public schools are losing lots of students to homeschooling, online schools, and some private schools, although there aren't many in our area. We have to change the public school funding so students will no longer feel it necessary to leave public schools. Whenever students leave, the public schools get less money because they're paid based on the number of students and a whole bunch of other stuff too that's in the formula. And injection wells. I want to support the Marietta City Council and all the water boards in Marietta who want a moratorium on injection wells so we can figure out better how to dispose of the toxic waste from fracking. Those things are really important. So I'm urging people to read about me and what I want to do in the Ohio legislature and to look at my opponent and what he has done or not done over the past 2 years, and then make your choice. It is critically important that all races be contested and that all of you have a choice in who to vote for. And remember, it's important to listen beyond the R and the D. The divide in our country looks like it's between Democrats and Republicans, but what it really is, it's between those at the very top of the income levels and all the rest of us at the bottom. So I urge you to think about all that and go vote. Thank you.
But again, thank you and good luck
Mhm.
with your upcoming campaign.
Thank you.